it's now time for us to do some sports, and Abigail so it's like she's been unleashed onto us on a holiday, but it's good to see another female, so good morning.
Good morning.
You're good?
I'm very well.
Holiday, you're working? I'm well.
Yeah, it's part of the job.
We've got a week
down there, you know.
Yeah. But what's happening in the world of sports?
It's a busy week for Ghanaian reps in Africa. Ghana Stars are going to the second round of the CAF Champions League. We are hoping they move on at least to the group stages now that there's no active football here in Ghana. At least they give us something to look forward to. It's a big one.
It depends. Who are they playing?
They are playing an Algerian side. It's a team.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
Algeria is hard.
Yes. Then the North Africans have their own way of playing in this competition. They would want to at least get a very good result here, and we're also hoping that the Ghana Stars at least can bang in some 2 or 3 goals, at least to secure them going back there in 10 days. They can also fight for a draw and then move on. We are just hoping for the best, but it's going to be a big one in Doma tomorrow. They have a new pitch, a new stadium. Everything is new, so they beat out Tahadi home and away. So let's just
so we can give them the support like it was a Black Stars play.
Sure. Because Champions League is big. This is for the African teams. So in Africa, there's one of the let me say the topmost competitions from the various leagues. So we are just hoping they make it out there for us. We lost some slots. Now we have only 2 representatives, hoping that if they are able to move forward, we can regain our 2 slots again and then get 4 representatives in Africa moving on. We pray so.
We have to strengthen our own local league to be able to make impact in some of these outside competitions.
There was a time Akahatefok took over and then got all those trophies in Africa for Ghana, but those days are long gone, and so we need to get back those glories for Ghana.
Definitely, and I know that you also bring us up to speed, those who missed out, the Premier League action yesterday.
Interesting comeback from Manchester United. These are one of the reasons when you are playing against big clubs like that, you don't have to relent. You take a 2-goal lead and you think Manchester is not playing well, but in some 15-20 minutes they put the asses together and 3 goals. It's interesting when you're playing against Manchester United.
Yeah, it is. And it's exciting for those of us who support the team. So, yeah, we've overtaken Liverpool. That's it. And we are far from Chelsea now. We are almost, you know.
Very far.
Exactly.
They were very happy yesterday when it was 2-0. But I feel that, no, Mourinho had to prove something.
Yeah.
Because this is the second season. And we know normally when he joins your club, his second seasons are always better, winning trophies and all. And not to be able to do something good with Manchester in his second season will not be so much of Jose Mourinho. So for me, I was happy for him yesterday for that win. I think second half, they came out better, meaning he said something, he reminded them of something.
He did something.
He did something.
Cool. So we're just going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the details of the sports, but I have to leave you alone. So enjoy it. I'll catch up with you a bit later.
Sure, Mamabi. Thank you. It's time for the details in the world of sports. My name again is Abigail Senasusu, and the Ghana Stars tomorrow will meet Satib in the second round of the CAF Confederations Cup after edging out Al Tahadi at home here. So Coach Yusuf Abubakar is very confident of the chances of the Ghana Stars beating Satib of Algeria tomorrow.
The next stage is going to be tougher than this. So we have to do a lot of things. We have to search them, work on their mental toughness, look at the tactical approach of the game and all that. So we do a lot of work and we have to prepare very well. We are here to get something about them. So in the next 48 hours, I've already planned of getting their clip, of which we will look at it and see how best we can approach the next game. We are not resting at all, especially myself. I'll give the boys some 2 days to rest and then we'll come back strongly. But I have to start doing the groundwork from tomorrow. I will make sure that I will qualify to the group stage.
So it will be a big one tomorrow at the Doma Osiadeya Bedu Park while the Ghana Stars squared off with SAT. But elsewhere, an international 5-a-side tournament slated for May 10th to 14th at Anfield. It will be organized by Stanchart, and Esedo Ade is head corporate affairs, brand and marketing for Stanchart, and she has this to tell us about the tournament.
Liverpool being one of the greatest football clubs. The partnership has been very rewarding for not just for us, but even for them as well. You know, last year was Liverpool's 125th anniversary of being a football club, and we did run some activities with them. This year is the 8th year in the group since we are running SC Trophy. For Standard Chartered, it's our 5th year. We started off it's our 3rd year. Right? We started off in 2015. 2015, we had a tournament. The format was different. We had a local tournament in Ghana and had a regional tournament, which we didn't qualify to go to. But in 2016, we had a local tournament in Ghana, and we took the winners, GNPC at the time, to Anfield, and I had the privilege of going with GNPC to Anfield. And this tournament basically is held across most of the markets in Standard Chartered. So we have 8 of the big markets in Standard Chartered where this tournament is held across. And we start from February through to April. And the winners of all of the local tournaments are taken to Anfield, where they play against or amongst themselves. And then eventually there's a winner that emerges as the winner of the Standard Chartered Trophy for that particular year. So for this year will be 2018. So for the Ghana tournament, we will have 16 teams participating, and they are all going to be, most of them are going to be our client teams. So we have teams from our various client segments that will be participating, and then we do have some media teams participating as well. So a total of 16 teams. These teams will compete amongst themselves, and then we'll get a winner. I think the most exciting part is the fact that usually we do have a legend who joins us. We don't have confirmation of the legend who is joining us this year yet, but we should get the confirmation shortly. But the exciting part is getting the legend, and the legend visiting clients, having a soccer clinic with kids of our clients, of staff, and even kids who have accounts with us. So it's the whole engagement process with the legend that's super exciting. So far, we've had John Barnes in 2016. 2017 was also another exciting year where we had Jason McAteer, and we are looking forward to another great legend joining us this year in 2018. They get to go to Melwood. Of course, there are no cameras allowed in Melwood, but they go to Melwood. Melwood is the official training pitch for all Liverpool players, and if they are lucky, they will see some of the current players. So they get to go to Melwood. They also get to experience one entertainment or the other. So we know, for instance, that the Beatles are from Liverpool. So if there's the opportunity, they get to experience, the whole Beatles engagement as well.
Definitely a very brilliant experience for Liverpool fans and Stanchart. But then Monday Night Soccer was interesting as Manchester United secured a dramatic and emphatic 2-2 win over Crystal Palace at Stanchart Park, courtesy an injury time Nemanja Matic goal.
Manchester United headed to the home of relegation-threatened Crystal Palace, looking to reclaim 2nd place in the Premier League. United almost got reward for going long. Alexis Sanchez managed to win a header in front of Wayne Hennessy, but the Palace goalkeeper did well to save. With the aid of a wicket deflection, the home side drew first blood.
In for Townsend to hit first time. Great start for Crystal Palace. 10 minutes gone. Benteke played his part.
United were kept under wraps for the rest of the half and offered very little on attack. A lapse in concentration and a quickly taken free kick after a Nemanja Matic foul led to Palace doubling their lead.
Van Aanholt is in here and makes it 2-0. Quick thinking, quick running and decisive finishing.
United finally woke from their slumber as Chris Smalling got on the end of Antonio Valencia's floated delivery into the box.
And Manchester United are back in business here.
And it took some brilliant work on the line from Christian Benteke to keep Matic from equalising. The Red Devils continued to press, and they were rewarded for their persistence. Romelu Lukaku bided his time after Sanchez's shot deflected up and onto the crossbar. The Belgian made it 2-2 with his 99th Premier League goal. David De Gea then added another fine save to his highlight reel this season, the Spaniard denying Benteke with a superb diving one-handed stop. Late drama ensued as a stunning strike sealed the win for United at Selhurst Park.
Oh, what a goal! Nemanja Matic! He's won it for Manchester United with his first goal for the club. The former Chelsea man back in London. Bought the ticket and won the raffle.
Sheer show of character, and Nemanja Matic's goal for United, first goal actually couldn't have come at a better time. But at Emirates, Arsene Wenger is still optimistic despite losing 4 games in a row and coming under fire and much pressure from fans.
24 hours after yet another damaging defeat, there are no obvious signs of a crumbling empire at the Emirates. But fans and former players are turning their back on Arsene Wenger after a 4th successive defeat. It capped a miserable 7 days for the club, in which their hopes of a domestic trophy and any lingering top 4 aspirations have been brutally crushed.
Look, I can understand the frustration, and what can I say? I think with League Cup situated in the middle of a season is always very difficult when you don't win it, because it brings a lot of negative waves. We were 4 times in the last 5 years in the finals. We won 3, we lost 1, but you could see that the 1 we lost brings a lot of negativity.
The manner of Arsenal's latest implosion has raised serious questions from many about Arsene Wenger's ability to remain at the helm beyond the end of this season. But the man himself is characteristically adamant he can turn this poor run around.
It's the first time I lose so many games on the trot in my life, and so because I believe our quality of managers as well to try to shorten the crisis, and until now I always managed to do that, and I still believe I can do it.
Wenger's next challenge is a European one and a last 16 tie against Milan. That is Arsenal's last remaining realistic hope of qualifying for the Champions League, because a top 4 finish now looks well beyond them.
We need 2 teams to collapse, and I can't see that at the moment happening, because 2 teams to drop so many points is very difficult to imagine.
Wenger clearly has a lot to prove to the team in Arsenal fans who are now dying and losing hope in their manager. But there's Champions League action today as Liverpool are set to face FC Porto at Anfield after a 5-0 first leg victory in Portugal.
Liverpool go into their Champions League last 16 second leg tie with Porto, all but guaranteed of progression into the quarter-finals after establishing a 5-0 first leg advantage 2 weeks ago in Portugal. But James Milner is not taking anything for granted.
We have to go out there and be ready for them. If I was in their dressing room, I'd want to go out there and prove a point, and it's a very important game for us, you know. Every time we put that Liverpool shirt on, there's a expectation of pressure to win the game, and we expect to do that every time we go out there.
With the Reds in such a comfortable situation in the tie, there is room to think that Jurgen Klopp might be tempted to rest some of his big names following their 2-0 defeat of Newcastle over the weekend. But Klopp does not hold that belief.
You don't rotate to avoid something. You only use the players which are in the best shape, and if there will be a different lineup to Saturday, I don't know, but if it will be a different lineup, then only because we want to win the game and no other reason. That's what I meant when I said we will not rest players. We will maybe make 1, 2, 3 changes or so, but only to win the game.
Former Chelsea and Roma player Mo Salah scored his 24th league goal of the Premier League season against the Magpies to draw level at the top of the scoring charts with Harry Kane. And Milner is thrilled to have such an asset on his side.
I know he's played in England before, but changing club and changing league again, you know, there's a big difference between England and Italy, and settling down as fast as he has and hit the ground running, scoring the goals and been as ruthless as he has. You know, he's a top player. And
okay, so in other fixtures for today, PSG will welcome Zinedine Zidane Real Madrid to Parc des Princes, as Liverpool, we said earlier, will play Porto, and tomorrow City will play FC Basel, and Tottenham Hotspur will play against Juventus on Wednesday. And that'll be all for sports. My name is Abigail Senasusu.